All right, guys. Hi, I'm back with another update regarding this coming winter season. And before I get to that, I just want to remind you, if you haven't joined my pro site, I invite you to do that. You'll see a lot of extra details regarding the weather of the Ohio Valley there. You can join there at www.patreon.com/Ohio Valley Weather. Those of you that watch my other videos know that this is the pattern that I'm expecting us to see for a good part of this winter. And of course, if this pattern happens, I expect that it will bring us colder than normal temperatures, along with frequent Alberta clippers and frequent nor'easters, which would all mean more snow for the Ohio Valley. So let's see what's going on with that pattern now. So this is the forecast map for this Wednesday, December 1st. And as you can see on this map, we've got high pressure over the Pacific Ocean due to La Nina. We've got high pressure over the Western United States due to a positive PNA. And we also have high pressure over the North Atlantic Ocean due to a negative NAO. And so all of this is resulting in these low pressure systems that are really originating up here by Alaska. They come down into Canada, drop across the Great Lakes, and bring us a little bit of snow. And that's what we've been seeing for the last few days. So let's see, what can we expect in the days to come? Let's start here with the ENSO. And of course, this is showing the La Nina that we've been having now for several weeks. You may remember back towards the end of October, beginning of November, we started to see this creeping back up, meaning that the waters of the Pacific Ocean were warming up. And so that meant that the La Nina was weakening. But then we did see it strengthen a little bit, and it's been pretty level now for a couple weeks. But you can see now over the last couple of days, it is starting to trend downward again, which is a sign that those waters in the Pacific Ocean are getting colder and that the La Nina would be strengthening. With regard to the PNA, you can see for several days now, the PNA has been positive, which means that warmer weather has been expected over the Western United States. And so this has been forcing the colder temperatures here to the Eastern United States and to the Ohio Valley. But as you can see, over the next several days, they are forecasting that the PNA is going to trend negative into the first week of December. And so if this happens, that would mean that this would allow the warmer air that has been over the Western United States to come into the east. And so this could mean a bit of a warm up for the Ohio Valley. And it looks like this could last at least for the first week of December. And beyond that, things get a little fuzzy. Here we have the NAO, and the NAO has been negative now for several days. Remember, with a negative NAO, you get that blocking high pressure system over the North Atlantic Ocean, which tends to keep things bottled up and really is a good setup for nor'easters. And you can see we are expecting the NAO to stay negative for several more days, but we are seeing a slight positive trend. And so this could be a slight breakdown in that pattern, which coupled with the drop in the PNA, again, looks like we could be favoring warmer temperatures here for the next week or two. Now, speaking of that, here's another big indicator, the AO, or Arctic Oscillation. And the Arctic Oscillation has been pretty negative for several days now. And when the AO goes negative, this means that the cold Arctic air that is normally over the North Pole drops down south into the United States. And this is what's been giving us these colder than normal temperatures for the last several days. But you can see how this is being forecasted to go sharply positive and possibly stay sharply positive, at least for the first week and maybe 2 weeks of December. This would definitely seem to indicate that we're looking at a warm up for the next week or two into the first half of December. So here we've got the polar jet stream pattern. And this is what is being forecasted for tomorrow. You can see we've got that nice ridge over the western United States due to the positive PNA, and we've got a trough over the Ohio Valley, which is bringing us colder temperatures, and of course, even the possibility of snow, of lake effect snow for those in the northern half of the Ohio Valley. Now, let's look at how this is going to trend over the next several days. And I'm going to go to this map, and we'll start here. Okay, so this is again showing that polar jet stream. And if I push this out to tomorrow, there's that pattern that I was just showing you. But going out further, you see how the jet stream really becomes pretty straight. There's a little bit of a trough around the 2nd, but that's not that far out. As we get to the 3rd, you see we get this zonal flow just kind of west to east across the United States. And notice that most of the Ohio Valley then is on the south side of that polar jet stream, which would put us in the warmer air. And pushing that out further, we get a little bit of a wave there, but not much. And then as it pushes further out, again, we're on the warm side of that jet stream. Even pushing out further to the 7th and the 8th, it's going up north of us. Now we've got a ridge over the east. And so again, this is indicating a warm up for the eastern United States coming up over the next week. And pushing out further there, we get a little bit of a trough around the 10th, but not really a well-defined pattern. Looking here again out around the 12th and the 13th, the Ohio Valley is still on the warm side of that polar jet stream. So remember, with the indicators, it seemed like the first week or two of December was trending towards being warmer, and that's definitely what we're seeing here with the jet stream as well. If we look at the temperature anomalies, we're going to see the same thing. So this is for today. We're pretty close to normal for the Ohio Valley today, but if we start pushing things out into tomorrow, remember we had a little bit of a trough for tomorrow, and so you can see those temperatures cooling, but notice the warm temperatures here approaching from the west. And as we get to Tuesday, you can see the cold starting to move off. By Tuesday afternoon, we're back to normal. And then you see the warm temperatures come in, and this is staying pretty warm. There's through the 3rd and the 4th. Possibly around the 5th, we have a slight cool down, but things warm up again then. This is the 7th, the 8th, and look at this. Out around the 8th or 9th of December, we could be looking at temperatures 25 to 30 degrees above normal. So that would put us about, well, for December 10th, you're looking at temperatures normally in the mid 40s. So we could be looking at temperatures in the 60s or even near 70 degrees out by around the 9th or 10th of December. There we go again to the 9th. Yeah, still looking at those really warm temperatures. But then we see things may start to cool down again. And you can see if I keep going out further there, we're starting to see some blue show up in the north. This is around the middle of the month. And so then the blue comes down into the Ohio Valley. So maybe by December 15th, it looks like we could see a return of winter-like conditions, but at least for now, we're looking at a warm up in the eastern United States. If we look at the precipitation patterns, here you can see tomorrow, again, a little bit of some lake effect snow coming off of Lake Erie. But then things are really trending more towards rain with the precipitation. Here, even around Thursday, we have this Alberta Clipper, but the snow seems to stay pretty far north into Michigan and Canada. Here's another Clipper system around the 4th, but again, it looks like mainly rain for the Ohio Valley. Pushing out further, there's another Clipper system that misses us to our north around the 6th. And again, we see this parade of clippers just going to our north and really missing us for this first part of December. Around the 8th, here again, rain, not snow. So again, everything is pointing towards this warm up for the Ohio Valley. Now here around the 10th, we may start to see things trending back the other way, and certainly towards the middle of the month, I think we'll start to see snow coming back to the Ohio Valley. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, if you haven't joined my pro site yet, I would really encourage you to do that. You'll get lots of updates and details that I don't give on my regular site there. It's at www.patreon.com/Ohio Valley Weather. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next week.